Hello everyone, this is Damon with Pixnub Software. For this video, I'll be showing you how to install the Pixnub plugins. This procedure is the same for all of our plugins. In this video, I'll be showing Easy Green Screen, but just use the same procedure for whatever program you're installing. After downloading, it's going to be in a DMG file, so just double click to open that. Depending on the program that you're installing, there'll be either one or two folders to install. For Easy Green Screen 6, there's two folders. If you're on CC 2018.1 or higher, you'll install both. If you're on a lower version, then you only install the Easy Green Screen 6 folder. Now, before Catalina, this used to be really easy. You could just drag and drop into the folder that represents the Photoshop version that you want. But now with Catalina, it rejects that. You see that it just pops the folder back out. It won't actually drop that in there. I don't know why Apple made that change. I guess maybe they're trying to save users from themselves from dropping things where they shouldn't be dropped. I really have no idea why that change was made. I wish they hadn't have changed that because it was so easy. But nevertheless, what you'll have to do now is open the location you want to install these folders into and then move those folders into that location. There's a few ways to do this, and one way in particular that can get it installed in the wrong location. So if you've installed and things aren't working properly, make sure to watch this whole video because I'll show you how it can get installed in the wrong folder and how to fix that if it happens. So the way I recommend installing this, which will always ensure it gets in the proper location, is first find the version of Photoshop here that you want to install and then just double click on that. Now if it opens in this view, which is the icon view, this is the one that will be the easiest and ensure that you get that in the right location. Just make sure that says scripts and then you'll drag and drop this folder over. Now if you get this in a different view, so if you right click and hit icons and text, you'll have your different views. Now if it opens up in this view in particular, you have to be careful because even though this shows that it's pointing to Photoshop CC 2020 presets and scripts, so it belongs over here under the scripts folder, it doesn't force you to actually put that in there. Wherever you drag and drop this, it'll go. So let's go back to the icon view, just drag and drop that over, and this view again ensures that you're going to get it in the proper location. And then we'll do the same thing in the extensions folder, so just double click and open that and drag the program folder into there. And that's all there is to it. Now it's installed and you just restart Photoshop and it will be in the Photoshop menu. Now I'm going to show you how this gets installed in the wrong folder and what to do to fix that if it does. So first thing is I'm going to delete this and start over. Let me switch this view here. So one thing in this DMG folder, if you hover over that folder for a long enough time, it's going to open that folder. But I don't recommend doing this because now this opened up with our folder over here, but depends on where this window opens up. It could open up depending on how large you had your Finder window last time. So if it was larger, it might have opened up with it in a different location. And then you can see now it's targeting under the materials, or could be under the lighting effects, or wherever that window opens up. If you're hovered over something else, it's going to go to that location, which you don't want because you don't want to install it anywhere other than that scripts folder. So let me escape out of here again. Just going to go to where it, so if you just open up and then just drop this, let's say it was open up right in the middle and we just drop this here, it's not going to end up in the scripts folder. I believe this, as we have it here, will end up directly under the Photoshop folder. And yeah, so it is. So now under the Photoshop CC 2020 folder, you see there's Easy Green Screen 6, but that's not where it needs to be. It needs to be under presets and then under scripts. So that's why I don't recommend just hovering over until it opens up and then drops it. That'll work if you're in the icon view most of the time, unless you're directly over a folder. But in this view, it's really easy to get it in the wrong location, and this happens quite a bit with people, I'm finding. So if this does happen, you'll go to where it installed, right click it, and just hit copy Easy Green Screen 6. Then you need to go to your presets and then your scripts location. And then to the right side of scripts, where you see it's got all of your items there, then paste item. So now you see we've got it in 2 locations now. This is where we want it, but we don't want the one that's directly under Photoshop CC 2020. So I'll just move that to the trash. For some reason, it seems to be a lot of people are getting it under the presets folders that are having problems. I guess it just must be where this window wants to open up and drop in. The preset seems to be a common one it ends up in. But in any case, if it ends up in the wrong location, it could be anywhere under your Photoshop folder structure. So you could come in here and search for Easy Green Screen to see where that is. And last thing I'll point out is if you've installed, or if you try to install, and it's not installing, or you can't get these folders to open from within here, you can go into Finder directly and install it. Now, I've had one person reply to me that double-clicking this folder does not open anything, and that right-clicking and hitting Show Original doesn't show it. So if that happens to you, what you want to do is go into Finder. Now, if you just click on Finder and this DMG window is open, it's not going to open a new window because the DMG window already is a Finder window. So you'll have to right-click and hit New Finder Window. So now you're going to have this new Finder window here. Now, if you need to see where these folders belong, if you right-click on the Photoshop version that you want it into, so for this case, CC 2020, right-click and hit Get Info. Under this tab that says Original, it's going to show the path that it needs installed. So Applications, Adobe Photoshop CC 20, Presets, and Scripts. So I'll just go to that path, so Applications, Adobe Photoshop CC 20, Presets, and then Scripts. You see it's already there because I already installed it, but that's what you do is you'd open that from Finder and then just drag it and drop it here. I'm just going to cancel because I've already got that in there, but that's how you would go about installing directly from Finder. So then again, to get the other folder, you'll right click on this extensions, get info to see where it belongs. In this case, it's Library Application Support, Adobe, CEP, and Extensions. So to find that library folder, you're going to have to go to the Macintosh hard drive. That's what this / is. That's your root directory. So the Macintosh hard drive, which is the root. And then go to Library, and then Application Support, and Adobe. I know this is kind of buried in here, but this is where Adobe put its extensions. And then again, if you don't want to be in this view, now you see that